Good morning. I've heard so much about the Good Housekeeping model home. I wondered if I might see it.
You certainly may, and I'll be delighted to show it to you.
Be with you in a moment.
How nice of you to call. Won't you come in?
Thank you. My, what an attractive entrance hall. It's so cool looking.
Isn't it? We tried to gain that effect by using a predominantly blue color scheme. You know, it's surprising how much the proper use of color can mean to a home. It's played a big part in our planning. Perhaps you noticed our use of it on the outside. The house is a one-story dwelling of clean, simple lines. But the color combination of white painted brick and blue painted clapboard gave us that just right appearance we hoped for.
And the yellow front door. I thought it was a perfect touch.
Oh, the yellow front door. How could I have forgotten it? It adds so much to that first important impression. I'm so glad you noticed it.
Beautiful color.
And now, let's see the house. This is the living room. And as you can see, it retains the dominant blue and white appearance of the entrance hall. There's a dash of green here and there. And though green against blue is a departure from usual color combinations, we feel it adds a definite sparkle to the room.
And it does. Very nice.
And here's another interesting idea. This white plank paneled wall has no mantelpiece over the fireplace. Instead, it has two brackets that serve as shelves for these brass candlesticks. And notice, they've been placed off-center. The companion work of art is also off-center. Taken together, however, they create an unusual effect. Interesting?
Extremely. Everything I've seen is interesting. Tell me about this upholstered sofa.
It's a little different, isn't it? As you see, it is sectional. But the unique feature of it is that it's been scaled and arranged to serve an architectural as well as decorative purpose. It's been angled in such a way as to divide the room and give the effect of an added corner. And one thing more that may seem a departure from accepted practices, this living room has only one entrance. You won't find people trooping through it, going from room to room.
A sensible idea. I like it. A living room shouldn't be like Grand Central Station.
You're right. Its purpose should be exactly what the name implies, livable. I think you'll find that if we could picture this living room as it will be when the homeowners occupy it, we would see how really livable it is. And now, let me show you the dining room. I hope it meets your expectations. We've tried for the unusual and without sacrificing any of the livability. There's some very interesting ideas here. These cafe curtains, for instance. We've made them from the same patterned linen that also served to upholster the chairs. The upholstery was quilted. Comfort. The furniture is French provincial, and it's a mixture of natural and painted wood. We painted the chairs white to match the white marble top on this sideboard. And isn't this nice? It's an attractive cabinet made from the base of an old grandfather's clock. It is used to store decanters and glasses. And here's an old three-handled pewter mug for flowers. And if needed, there are folding doors that close off the dining room from the entrance hall.
It's completely charming.
I knew you'd love it, and the happy family that will be using this dining room will love it too. It has dignity and quiet elegance that I think sets it apart. If you're longing for a kitchen that's larger and more livable, then this is the answer to your prayer. Here's the work area. The last word in up-to-the-minute kitchen appliances. This 4-burner cooking range, a ventilating hood, plenty of room, a built-in oven, and everything right where you need it. That's characteristic of this kitchen. The refrigerator freezer is but a step away, and it has a unique feature. It does everything you expect of a refrigerator freezer, but in addition, it has an automatic ice maker.
My husband would enjoy that. He never has enough ice cubes.
Lots to enjoy in this kitchen, like all this counter space for salads and whatnot. An automatic dishwasher, of course. And here's more counter space. We call it the peninsula. It not only acts as a room divider, but lends itself to many obvious mealtime purposes. The other side of the peninsula is sort of a butler's pantry, with a small second sink, cabinet space for glasses, and so on. I don't think anything has been overlooked to make this kitchen a handy place for preparing meals, including this planning center, where the housewife can prepare her menus, and where the easy-to-reach wall telephone is right there to help do the ordering. Did you say convenient?
If I didn't, I should have.
Now let me show you the living area of our kitchen. This may very well turn out to be the most popular room in the house. It certainly has all the ingredients, as you can see. These are Fenimore Cooper chairs. The wide tray-size arms make them ideal for watching TV. That is, if you enjoy a snack during the show, and most everyone does.
My family certainly does. What is this? Oh, a sewing cabinet, isn't it?
Yes, and one of the nice things about it is it can be moved to any part of the room, or any room for that matter. Well, how do you like the kitchen?
I'm not too sure that it won't be my favorite.
Ah, but wait, you have some surprises, like the master bedroom.
It's beautiful, simply beautiful.
We think so, too. We use the same basic floor covering that we have in the living room and hallway, but the tangerine wall has given us a completely new color combination.
And attractive, too. Especially the quilted coverlets and matching chair upholstery. Very pretty.
Also, the tangerine wall lends itself to many unusual effects. It's an exciting background for such varied colors as this jet black mirror, the green plant, and the white accessories. And equally colorful are these black framed prints over the beds, and the white table lamp and white telephone. And here's something. The matching white telephone is not only decorative, but practical. It lights up when the receiver is lifted to dial or answer. A blessing in the dark. Oh, excuse me, there's somebody at the front door. Yes?
I got a package for Wingate on Parker Road.
Any Parker Road around here?
Parker Road is back toward Midland. Take a right turn at the first light.
Thanks. Thanks very much.
Another blessing.
Right, and the convenient part of it is that you can answer the front door from any phone in the house. In the same way, you can speak to any other room and be heard. Saves time, steps, and sometimes a lot of worry. And here's an extremely dainty and useful piece of furniture. At first glance, it's a writing desk, and does serve that purpose. But it's also a vanity, sometimes known as a poudreuse. Love that word, poudreuse. And of course, here's the bath, and plenty of closet space. And just off the main hall, we have the larger family bathroom, and I think it's interestingly done. It is adjacent to the other family rooms and also serves as a powder room.
Now there's an unusual touch. That old pharmacy bottle holding colored soap. Very lovely.
I'm so glad you like it, because these things fascinate me, like the ceramic hardware on this medicine cabinet, and this doll cradle for holding golden white fingertip towels. And here's a laundry chute. Soiled clothes are instantly whisked to the floor below. Something every housewife will appreciate. But now, I want you to see my really favorite room. And I think you'll understand why. It could be the guest room, but I prefer to think of it as a room for the teenage daughter. Everything is in tones of gold. Sunny yellow, I call it. The yellow wallpaper resembles brocade, and as you can see, blends beautifully with the draperies, the upholstery, and the rug. And here's an unusual feature. This bed, called a hutch bed, is within this handsome and practical frame. And notice the frame is not only decorative, but it has all this practical shelf space. I get a special joy out of picturing it with a teenager that would be so much a part of it. And what would she be doing? Well, I'll give you one guess. And having the same wonderful time that all of them seem to have.
I know just what you mean.
I guess you can understand why the sunny yellow room is my favorite. But this one is the liveliest, and no wonder. How could it be anything else with this fire engine motif dominating everything? As you've probably guessed, this is the boys' room, and an exciting room it is too. Good, serviceable furniture, built for the rough usage expected from youngsters. The beds are angled along two walls to give more room space. The double dresser base, the shelves, they're all essentials. But to those who use the room, I mean to the lucky boys who will live here, the remembered things will be the fire engine wallpaper, the old fire buff hat, the water sprinkler, the red telephone, the wonderful fun they had in that wonderful room of small boy memories. Maybe that's the delight of a new home, the joy of planning and the happiness of seeing it come true. And now, I have a little surprise. Instead of being a single-story home with all the rooms on one floor, well, let's see what's downstairs. The building lot slopes downward in the back, giving us a lower floor with additional space. Among other things, we have enough room for a two-car garage. Off this lower hall, we have a large utility room. And here's the family room, a rambling, informal gathering spot for recreation and enjoyment. A spare bedroom and bath are beyond. And now, let's step outside. I want to show you that surprise I promised. You would hardly suspect this from your first view of the house. For here at the barbecue pit, Dad is able to show his skill as a chef extraordinaire at the family cookout, or perhaps a social gathering with friends. For this terrace has been planned for such use. It's part of the plan for pleasant living that we strive to attain. The blueprint of graciousness that we think is important to a house and that we hope is reflected here. Planning for graciousness in a home is as essential as the choice of materials in its construction. It creates an atmosphere that your friends will recall as pleasantly different. It will make them remember their visit as a memorable occasion. We like to think that our Good Housekeeping model home is an example of that kind of planning and that kind of thinking.
It is. And I'm grateful for the opportunity to see it. My visit has been a memorable occasion.
Thank you. Thank you so much for calling.